What is going on, guys? Welcome to this War Thunder video. Well, not really a video. Couple of people have been actually asking me to showcase my account. Now, first of all, I only have one account. I don't have a secondary account, so let's get that out of the way. Let's check it out, right? So we got USA starting off with the tanks. As you can see, not a lot of spaded vehicles. I focused high tier as fast as possible, also unlocked the M1A2, bought the XM1 for grinding. Had a lot of fun playing them, especially all the Abramses. I played them quite a little bit, talismaned them, but you know, with all these new additions that have been added, changes and NVD and thermals, and haven't really been playing tanks actively, so no big deal. But basically, American Tactor, except for a couple of vehicles like the HSTVL that I'm not interested in playing. The TTS, I have the Chinese one, so no point in playing it. Pretty much finished. But the M1 just buy the M1A2, sorry for the stutter, and get a couple of upgrades on it and then get started, right? Helicopters. As I actually have the Viper. And it's nearly fully upgraded. I'm only missing the AGM. Haven't really played this thing. Heard people saying it's not that good anymore. But yeah. Well, planes. Well, I've been the last 2 days grinding my F104s. I just finished the grind on the F3H2. Pretty quick here. Played big session today. Wanna get the F104C because this is probably the best starfighter that you can get at the moment in arcade because of its battle rating. But yeah, grind has been going good so far. I used the Demon and finished the grind also. I grinded all the bomb pylons today and the A9. Wasn't terrible, but could have been better. Also note here that I have basically all these planes fully upgraded. That includes the Phantoms, the F100, the Panthers. As you can see here, they're all spaded. The F84B26 is spaded. Didn't really play the G too much, but it's more of SQB vehicles and spend some time here. Basically, USA pretty much finished except for new planes that I'm at the moment not interested in playing. But I will probably play this Thunderbolt because it looks quite a lot of fun. Not that I don't have ships, so we're gonna just ignore that. Germany, well, Germany is a kind of a mixed bag. I haven't really played Germany the last 1 year in air actively, except for the MiG-19. As you can see, still don't have the Starfighter unlocked, but apart from that, also here note that I have the most of the performance upgrades on these planes. Of course, on some planes and some tanks I spent, converted about RP and upgraded them fully, but there's also a lot of vehicles that I grinded myself. MiG-21 MF basically also fully upgraded, just missing the C-24 upgrade here. So in high tier I'm pretty good decked on. 163B spaded, but this one I've never flown. I've heard it is actually pretty good, but yeah, I'll have to see for myself. Let's go to the tanks, right? Yeah, as you can see, I don't really play a lot of German tanks. I have the Leopard L44, which is a pretty good tank. I enjoyed it, but other than that, I didn't really play. Yes, I played the premium tank. I have the RU that I played in RB, but a couple of upgrades here. I haven't really played too much of German tanks. Starting with Soviet Union, Russia, airplanes. Well, yeah, missing the Su-7B Kel. Really interesting machine. Can't wait to get it. Su-7B basically spaded. All these are spaded except the F-13, and on the SMT also missing upgrades here. Other than that, I used the 23 for grinding a lot. Was thinking about buying the MiG-17S, but you know, there is no up planes to unlock anymore for me, except for the Su-7B Kel, which goes really fast if I just play with the regular Su-7, which is actually a decent plane. Let's check out the tanks. Well, yeah, it looks a little bit messy here. Nothing unlocked here. Don't have the Tunguska this line, but here I'm pretty good decked on. I have the T-80U. It's not that fully upgraded yet, and you know, got all these tanks here basically upgraded as much as you can have them, except, you know, the 64B now is missing NVD night vision device that has been added, and some, as you can see here, nothing special, but I got the top tier tanks, which is fine. I have no helicopters. Actually, I have the Mi-24A, which is a long story, and maybe actually explain how much I spammed out this thing here when the first helicopter event came. Yeah, Russia. Now on the UK, United Kingdom, Großbritannien in German. Yeah, plane-wise, pretty good here. I also got the last Phantom except for the AIM-7E. Yeah, I'm still working on this, but I don't play Great Britain that much in high tier. Got the Scimitar also, a couple of upgrades needed here. The Jaguar, I'm not interested in that plane. It's terrible in my opinion in arcade. I don't know about RB, I heard it has good missiles, but other than that, yeah, I love my medium arcade, have that here, spaded, the G, never really played it. Yeah, tank-wise, we're looking pretty bad, as you can see here, never really paid too much focus. Japan, start off with the aircraft. Well, yeah, Japan, I played quite a bit in the early days in planes. Love all this stuff here, love my A6M3s, I love my Ki 43 Otsu, the J2M2, which we're gonna hear, J2M3, even the J2M5 used to be good, the tech tree one, but the premium one. This is still a beast. The Kika is actually really fucking good. You should definitely consider playing that thing when it's upgraded. F30, F47, you know, all that kind of stuff. I have it. Spaded. The T2, I was one of the first guys to have this and got a good gameplay with it, but nowadays it kind of get neglected by other stuff. And you know, the F104J and F4EJ Phantom would be a nice addition. I don't really need them because I have the American versions and I have the Italian F104S, as you will see later. Also got the Ki 94-2, but I got it a long time ago, so if I had the coupon it would be worth a shit ton of money. Tanks, I got 2. Rank 4, nothing special here, still missing a lot of stuff. Don't talk about the helicopters, I don't have the Kirazazu or how this shit is called, dude. Oh, actually, you have now. Oh, the hell, missed that. But anyways, I don't have any of the Japanese helicopters. China. Well, China is basically a done deal for me. Just missing the CM25. I got these two bad boys. They're really good in arcade and RB. I was grinding with the T62 when it came out, got a lot of kills, grinded the whole tree. When these two bad boys were both 7.7, it was amazing. You know, played my T3485, S53, really fun. Even the M48 is not that bad actually, should try out. 7.3 can be a lot of fun too. And got this bad boy here, which has the DKY1, which is a proximity fuse shell. It has a 50-meter radius, can be quite useful. Planes, well, done deal as well. Got the F104A, just missing the G suit. Got the F104G, just missing Bullpup, MK83, got the A9Js, J72, missing only the bomb upgrades here. J6A, of course, spaded as you can see. Chinese MiG-15, never interested. I used the J2, amazing plane, and Q5 early. These two upgrades and then it's spaded as well. This plane is actually quite decent, but it suffers from bad guns, which are basically NR23s at 10.0. You can imagine that's going to be hard to aim, and they don't do a lot of damage, in my opinion, at the moment. F100A also basically performance upgrades wise spaded. This is kind of making me sometimes sad that they look stock when they're not spaded. It looks kind of bad, but there's so much to do. You have to work on the last upgrades. It takes a long time, but I have all the performance upgrades. So I'm not really interested in F40. I have the Japanese one, and the American F25 is all this. Sorry, no, the American ones don't have one with missile, but the Japanese one is basically the same. It's that done deal. I like China. Italy. Yeah, I'm half Italian if you don't know. Of course, I got the Italian tree finished. Here you can see my planes. YS, man, the thing was a beast at 9.7. Now it's 10.0. Kind of gets neglected. F104S. Well, yeah, missing the last upgrade. This is the amazing in arcade. If you want to have something that not a lot of people play, but if you're skilled, you can slam in hard with this. It is absolutely amazing. Now you have the aim 70s. They kind of work now. I have done some crazy kills with it. Just missing one upgrade, then it's spaded. Beast, this is also Beast. This is an A5 Saber, and this is a real powerhouse for 7.7. This is an upgraded weapon with better engine. I have done some crazy shit with this. 20 plus games, 20 plus kill games back to back, no problem in this thing. When the Hispanos were a little bit better, but this is still really good. Tanks. Yes. I have the top tier tanks of Italy, kind of. I mean, I can buy the automatic, but I got these 3 bad boys. I like the Ariatis. The only thing that I don't like is the stock zoom when you zoom in. It's a real big magnification. 10.3 to 12. The other tanks have like 4.0 to something. Can be a little bit annoying, but really nice tanks with the volumetric upgrade. Volumetric armor changey thingy what they introduced. I don't really know how they play out, but I hope good. I played a lot of 440 MTCA. It was really good. It is still really good at 9.0. Suffers a little bit from getting up to 9.7 and facing T64As and T72Bs and T64Bs and whatever it is. But really nice nation. As I said, the helicopter is not really interesting, but yeah, Italy. Really cool. A lot of stuff that is amazing to play. Even these Chinas were good at one point, but now suffer from bad guns. Let's check out the French. Oh, also same thing here. Missing the Mirage, the F100D, and the Jaguar. The Jaguar, I don't really care. F100D after Chinese American ones, I never really was interested in this. The Mirage, it is a nice addition. And eventually we'll get it, and eventually we'll start playing it. I will try to kind of make it useful in arcade, but this is going to be really hard because it is not fitting the meta in arcade, because it just doesn't have the acceleration and energy retention, and you have to turn. Looks nice. This is the Mega BC, of course, the Super Mr. B2, the best of the best that you can have at 9.0 in my opinion. Still, it's still without the competition when we're just talking about the 9.0 record. The closest thing to this might be the MiG-17 AS, the regular one, and the Shenyang maybe, but the Shenyang is 9.3, so say the MiG-17 is the closest competition. This thing is really good still. Really good. This one, the Mr. 2C is really terrible in arcade. I do not recommend to play it. It's also not good in RB. Don't waste your time on it. There's other things to do. Tank-wise, I got my standard stuff. I mean, AMX40. They added a couple of things like this fog generator here, so correctly. And the Leclerc was spaded, but now it gets like this. This is the stock shell, and this is the upgraded shell. Also have that. I like them a lot. The Roller 1, never played them. So got this thing. To the APF-CS, I don't like it. It just doesn't have to stabilize. I'm sure some people can do it. You got the Lorraine 40. You know, tank-wise in the mainstream. Sweden, never played the tanks, but I got the aircraft. And when I got the Swedish Tech tree, I was grinding hard. I will show you my stat card later on. Talk a little bit about it. Jesus, was it a lot of fun grinding it. Then what the J29D was 8.7, and this thing is still a beast if you know how to use it. It is absolutely magnificent. I love it. I love the cannons. I love the way it flies. I love everything about it. It doesn't turn that good, but we're not talking about the specific plane right now, are we? Just, you know, a couple of thoughts on these vehicles. When I got this thing, it was 9.0, boys, and you can imagine when it was 9.0. The first day I was playing it on stream, I got 26-0. I don't think this will ever be repeated at 9.7. It was absolutely overpowered. They put it to 9.3, and now it's at 9.7, and sadly at 9.7 it suffers when you get up-cheered. It is still good when down-cheered, but it has the same problem that the Hunter FGA9, but this thing is simply better than the Hunter FGA9. Look at the repair cost in arcade, 17,000 silver lines, and guess whose fault it is? Yeah, you will see later on. This is also a really good plane. This is the same than a D, but this has the 420 mils. But don't be fooled, these 420 mils are really good. They are better than Hispanos, and in my opinion this also has an afterburner, and this gets air-to-air missiles, which this thing doesn't. Two, but you have them, and you know, 49-second reload at the moment can be quite useful. Fast firing and good muzzle velocity, 20 mils, not that bad. Alright, so far on my vehicles that I have. Hey, let's go a little bit about the titles that I have. Titles, yeah, a lot of them. Actually, let me change the game. So, I have a couple of special titles. So, let's start off with, obviously, all the standard stuff that you might have been seeing, that you can grind for your own. This one is extremely special, extremely rare. When they had the Combat Master 4v4 event, which is like 5 years ago. I think only like 10 people in the world have it. I'm one of them, so I'm actually proud to have it. It's really rare. Also really rare title. It was only offered when you buy a specific, I don't know, but it's rare. This is a title that also not a lot of people have, because it requires you to have 25 crew slots on level 75, which means they need to be maxed out, or planes, or 150 on tanks. You can imagine this is going to take some time, and I got it. God of War, obviously, for getting 100,000 air player kills, or player kills. Really cool. Held on Dover, self-explaining. Win 200 missions on Dover. If you don't play a lot, this is really hard to get those titles, because you need to get the mission, and then you play it, and then you need to win it. And if it's not in the rotation, it's going to take a little bit longer. And obviously, I got all of these titles. This is when, like, 2016, when you logged in, it had all the nations that were in the game back then. All the 5 nations. IT, you got all of these at once. This was for buying the Chinese T-62, if I'm not wrong. A couple of other things. Pyromanic is like nothing special, set people on fire. Yeah. Nothing too special right here. I'm not really a collector of titles. I have a couple of rare ones, but yeah, that's about it. Well, for pictures, you know, got also a lot of them. Nothing special right here though. You basically can unlock all of them, except you cannot get this profile picture and the other American one. You need to get it out from a box, and I've always wanted to get this one. This is what I use, so I was lucky enough to get it. It costs like, what, 500 war pounds or something like that? I need to check later. Well, yeah, here can you see all my vehicles. You can count them together. Quite a few, and all these Spader vehicles. Not that much. Obviously, I showed you a lot of vehicles are technically spaded. They're just missing 1 or 2 upgrades. But they have all the performance upgrades. Right. Achievements, you know, nothing special. Yeah. I mean, this was before they added it really back in the day. GG1, but yeah. My achievements, medals, not really anything special. Yeah, so a little bit of explanation on how the player card works. Now, boys, it's a topic that a lot of people don't like, but the player card is actually pretty accurate. Not 100%, but when it comes to counting kills and deaths, AI doesn't count towards it, except ground units, because when you destroy a pillbox, it counts as a ground unit destroyed. But air targets, AI doesn't count. So all these air targets that you can see right here are player kills, which I have at the moment. It says 109,582. Pretty accurate. This number is probably the real number. Quick explanation how this works. This is pretty simple. You have 10 players. Now the first player, if the player number 1 with the most points is number 1, it's 100% average position. That means he's first. 74% means that I'm in the top 25% of the players averagely. Last month it's actually a bit more, but consistently my whole career I'm always in the top percent of the players. I'm like never angry. Low win rate, self-explanatory, PvP rating, that's bullshit, they need to overwork that. It just means how many silver lines averagely you earned in a battle. I don't know what it is. Yeah, player card. A lot of you know how the player card works, hopefully. Check it out for yourself. All the vehicles that I play, you can see exactly the respawns, the win rate, the kill to death ratio, the whatever I want to have here. Used to be a really big stat pattern. Nowadays I just play, don't really watch the player card that much anymore. It's just, you know, you grow up and get older, but as you can see right here, it's just sometimes nice to watch the achievements, and some of the kill to death ratios and win rates are not that bad. So you can see there's a tons of vehicles that I play. Same goes for realistic battles. I'm not the best RB player, but I think I'm decent. If you count by kills to deaths and win ratios, mostly is positive. In planes, they're way better tank RB players, but I play my fair share of RB. Well, let's check it a little bit more. Now, here is the special section. I got all these robots that I will never use in my life because I just got them over time. I still got 4 Commander Gold radio battles. If anybody is down to play some loot here and is dedicated to carry me by bombing everything and just let me do my thing, it would be the sickest thing ever. And if you have a weekend free and you would be down to do that, it would mean a lot to me. It would be amazing, so I can actually get this Golden Eagles because I spent a lot on the game. 279 object, I grinded it. No pay to win there. I grinded the coupon. Universal backups and a couple of other stuff. As you can see, boxes and shit. Currently sitting on 570,254. Not a lot to say about that. I mean, I've played a lot of War Thunder, and you'll check out my deaths and kills. Totally, I don't die a lot in relation to how many people I kill and how much I play, so this is automatically a high number because I don't pay a lot of repair costs compared to other people. May it be fair or not, it's just how it is. And somebody asked me on my last stream, how do I have so many silver lines? It's by playing the game. I had at one point 160 million on my account, but I was starting to play tanks, so it went down. But now I'm constantly hovering around 110, between 125 million. After every patch I recovered all the lines that I spent, so I'm at I have a healthy amount of silver lines. So 119,757,254. Yeah, this pretty much covers it. This is my account in War Thunder. I'm not sponsored by Gaijin. I'm not an affiliate. I've spent a lot of cash myself. I've played a lot. Regardless of whether I say something on stream or what else, I still love the game. Game has its issues, but I still love the core game mechanics. I love how arcade is, and just wanted to make this video because I felt like, why not show over the account? It was requested and it would be actually cool. And I would actually like to see some of you guys' account, if you can link some screenshots of how much vehicles you have, where you stuck it and stuff like that, how many silver lines you have. It would be amazing to know. And that being said, I hope my talking was bearable. Don't forget, I'm not a professional content creator. I just do it out of my FF, out of my head. Hope you enjoyed it, and any questions and stuff, put it in the comment sections, and I catch you guys in the next stream. Bye.